Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, yes, guys. Thank you for coming on my show, Midnight R&B Edition, Homage Midnight Love BET. I'm your host, Chastity Buckley, where I give all my flowers to all my R&B artists, singers, and songwriters. And I am so excited because y'all know I love this episode. I love doing this segment called Who's Next because, baby, I love my up-and-comers that come in this R&B game and still doing R&B. And today, guys, I'm so excited to have this beautiful young lady on the platform. She's an R&B singer and songwriter. Yes, honey, with the pen. This lady, I'm so excited to have on the platform. She's been doing her thing for a minute. So excited to talk about all the music that she's doing and this great upcoming soundtrack that we're going to get ready to talk about. The one and only Miss Penelope. Thank you so much, darling.
Thank you so much, Chastity, for having me. It's an honor.
Look, I'm excited, honey, because I love Who's Next. What I love when these people come on my platform, y'all be singing. I am excited to have it on. So thank you so much, love. So I want to ask you before we do get started and talk about everything that you got coming up. I want to ask you because I know 2020 decades we've been in this crazy pandemic, child. It's been crazy. I wanted to ask you, how have you been doing and how have you been doing since we're in a post-pandemic? How have you been doing?
Post-pandemic, I'm feeling better now. But during the pandemic, that's actually when I got most of my writing done.
What?
Yes, it's cool. But it gives you time. You had nothing but time, right? Yeah. And I don't believe an idle mind. So I would watch movies and then I would kind of get inspired by them. There were so many movies that I didn't even know I didn't watch until a couple of my friends were like, hey, watch this movie. And I'm writing songs about the movies. And I'm like, okay, this is crazy. But that's where all of my inspiration came. Well, not all, most of my inspiration came from.
Right. That's amazing. I hear a lot of people. I've talked to a couple of songwriters and singers who've been on my platform. They said that, when you have that downtime to yourself, and especially because the pandemic kind of taught us how to kind of be, intuitive with ourselves, like with songwriting, like with yourself. I feel like you got that time to get to know you, but not even that. You got to know, I think, life within a bubble, if that makes sense.
It does. Because before the pandemic, we were moving around. Everyone was everywhere. And we really didn't have time to get to know self because, this person got a party at this time. I have an interview at this time. Like, it was just busy. So I think that pandemic really slowed everybody down and really got us to focus, really, like you said, to be intuitive with ourselves. We got time to figure out who we were, even though we're the same. We're not the same person as we were last year. We evolve daily, monthly. So I'm glad. I was happy about the pandemic. I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, yes, we stay. Like, can we stay home?
That's amazing. I heard that from a lot of people. They said with the pandemic, kind of like, I guess it slowed down, but they were kind of happy they got to stay at home and kind of chill. But as the months go by, you do kind of get a little weary and be like, okay, when is it going to end? When is it going to end? But I feel like it's good for yourself that you really got to spend time, because I know you're a mother as well, and you got time with your daughter. But not even that, you got to, I guess, get that time to understand life, if that makes sense.
Really being in tune with my daughter, because we had she's the social butterfly of both of us. So she had cheer practice, she had parties every weekend, had something to do, a game, something that she had to do. But I really wanted to learn more about her too. But when the pandemic hit, I had my time. Like, okay, at some point, we gotta go back to school. Like, we gotta wrap this up. This girlfriend is expensive. I didn't know that. Girlfriend is expensive.
I know the girls are expensive, so you know how they roll. But I mean, that's amazing that you really got that time to do for yourself. And being a songwriter, I know it kind of helps you do a lot of stuff, and not even it helps you create things I think you see on a daily basis. But like you said, being in the pandemic, it just kind of taught you so much stuff about yourself, and not even that, with your writing skills and what you can bring to the table at that time. So thank you so much for that. So now we want to get started to know about who you are as a person and what you do. But I know you are from the BR, from my hometown, honey. Yes, shout out to Louisiana. Yes, but I know you were there for not too long, because I know you had moved and relocated to Georgia with your family. So I wanted to talk to you about that. Like, how did that transition start for you in your life? But not even that, what made you be interested in R&B, and who were some of your inspirations when you were coming up?
So the move from Louisiana to New Jersey was a lot. It's a very different climate. from north to south, food transitions. I love my food. And it's something about Southern hospitality. I didn't know that I thought that was a myth. I really thought that Southern hospitality was this thing that people said we had this certain etiquette with people. But when I moved to Jersey, it was like, these people are rude. These people are mean. These people are, and you're like, oh, this is how you live. I'm saying, excuse me, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. And they're like, no.
Yeah.
But anyway, that transition has still been a challenge for me as well as my daughter. But we're making it, trying to figure out the loopholes. I know a couple of the people from Jersey, Queen Latifah, Lauryn Hill, they came from Jersey. So when I got the opportunity to sign with the label that I'm currently with, I think that actually kind of sparked some things, because I was like, ooh, Miss Lauren's here. I want to see what that's about. Like, I want to see, and we had the 24 hours of peace prior to me moving, and that kind of solidified me saying, okay, this is really what I want to do, full time, intentionally. So that really played a huge part, coming out here, doing different shows, doing different events. I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go.
Well, okay, so because you just said Jersey, I know we're gonna get to talk about Jersey. So was it like, okay, I know you were saying Baton Rouge, and I know Georgia and Jersey. So what cities was it like around the time? Because I know it's funny that you said you didn't like an introvert, but you done athletic stuff. So did it like kind of really gear you and kind of prepare you for what you were kind of doing in this journey of music that you were talking about?
Oddly enough, yes. It's crazy. Everything in life connects. Every single thing in life connects. Because I loved people, but I didn't, I knew how to stand clear of people too. Oh, if I smelled something wasn't right, I was like, I'm gonna go the other way. If people, everyone, and this is a favorite quote of someone in Jersey, everyone has an agenda, just make sure that theirs doesn't conflict with yours.
Oh, girl, you just dropped the gem. I'm done.
That is actually from someone from New Jersey. So when they said that, I was like, and they're from here. So it kind of was like makes sense.
Right.
But in high school, again, I had friends, but we all knew how to stand clear of all of the foolishness.
Right.
And in middle school, when I lived in Georgia, same thing. I was still trying to figure it out, though. That was in middle school. So it was, sometimes I did get caught up in it, but then I had to learn how to get out of it as well.
Right.
But yeah, it's every single thing in my life has literally connected. And standing clear, that's my favorite part. I stay out of people's way, because I'm in competition. I'm in my lane. I'm doing what God has graced me to do. I'll never run in competition with anyone, because I don't know your struggle. I don't know your story. And even if I do, it's not mine to tell. So just moving along, making sure I stay consistent with who I am. But yeah, all of these states have literally connected.
Girl, you are baby. You preaching on this Sunday morning, honey. Yes, ma'am. But I love that you said stand clear, because a lot of people don't understand that silence is key. But not even just that, just doing your own thing and following your own path means more than anything. And it's amazing, because like I said, I want to tie in with your talents that you've done. It makes sense on why you do what you do, about keep on going, not even that, just being driven to what you want to do, but the goal is always to be true to yourself. And I just love that, I know we can get ready to talk about, your music and stuff, but I want to get to know you, like what made you want to get into this industry, like we said, but not even that. Your name is Penelope. It's technically not Penelope, but I know you were inspired by the CBS show Criminal Minds. So I want you to talk about that. Like, how did you come up with that? Why did you come up with that name? Because I like your name too. But not even just that, I want to know, like, why did you come up with the stage name, and what made you use that stage name in this industry right now?
So I was obsessed with the show Criminal Minds for the longest. And Penelope was one of my favorite characters. Of course, Spencer was my husband in my head. But Penelope, her personality, her attitude about everything, her tenacity to overcome anything, the glasses, the clothes, the dolls, all of that stuff kind of tied into my personality. And I was like, I love that. Right. So later in life, I did use Shanice originally as my artist name. But it didn't, they say keep throwing stuff at a wall until something sticks. And I was like, I love my name. Don't get me wrong. But I didn't think my actual name was supposed to be my stage name. So I went into prayer and I was like, God, I really want a different name that kind of sticks with people,
Right.
And like Penelope. And I was like, oh, from Penelope Garcia. And he was like, it was an epiphany that hit me one day. I was like, no, not just from the show. Penelope, separating the words. Penelope, your, and I was like, oh, okay. So everything that I go through, I learned to write through. So
girl, I'm done. That's the songwriter in you.
Look, it really is, and it's a gift. I don't own it. I'm quick to tell people these are gifts. I do not own anything. But that's where it came from. I'm married to my pen, and I'm being consistently married to my pen.
Come on, and I just love that because the adversity that you went through, Penelope, it makes so much sense why you picked that name, but not even that why you picked the character. Because a lot of us, we are so inspired by fictional things, but not even that. Just I think not even the fictional part of it. I think just the tenacity and the characteristic of a character, just learning like, oh, okay, I want to be like this person, or oh, I just want to be inspired by what this person went through and learning from myself and my adversity. You know what I'm saying? But it makes perfect sense on why you got it. So the pen with songwriting, because I love, like I said, I love me some producers, but songwriters do make the song. So It's like for you, you're writing, telling your story, but not even that. It's really great and it's therapeutic too. Like you were talking about, because I know we're gonna talk about Hub Life Entertainment. That's amazing. What they're doing with their stuff, but not even that. You taking your gift, and not even that, you're just pretty much like letting people know you're writing your story through pen and through storytelling. So I think that's truly, truly amazing. Now I make sense, because at first, everybody, like when they told me Criminal Minds, I'm like, okay, I gotta explain this. Like, how does she come with this? But you breaking it down, that just makes perfect sense on why you are who you are. Yes. But yes, and I agree with that. Thank you so much. Also too, I want to talk about your previous single, Honest. Woo, that song is dark. But not even just that, I love dark music because my favorite album is Brandy's Never Say Never. I don't know if you can see it around me, but Brandy's Never Say Never, that was one of my favorite albums, and it is a dark album. It's very, very dark, but it's beautiful. But what I love about you did the song Honest, and I was listening to it. I'm like, whoo, girl, you was talking about, you really got me messed up. And I'm like, yup, that's what I'm talking about. But you were really speaking your truth about how you felt about Honest. But not even that, when I listened to the lyrics and talking about, you can't play me, I own, like, I'm this. Like, I want you to talk about it. I think in retrospect, what made you inspired to do Honest, but not even that, what made you go into those dark realms and to like tackling those issues when it comes down to being honest, but not even that, the truth does hurt. So talk about it.
Oh, that song, it is dark.
Oh, yes.
It's extremely dark, but I think I always tell people I don't mind being the villain. So in that song, I was so broken from cheating, from lying, and you know better. So you just like, of course, this was my fictional world. I have not killed my ex-husband. He is still alive. He is with
however, video.
Exactly. However, if I had my way, and I couldn't go to jail, okay, which is all fictional. That song was a lot of pain. It was a lot of agony. Like the truth really did hurt. To know that an individual didn't value you as much as you value them.
Yeah.
Of course, like in the song, I said, I'm doing my dirt, but I love you enough to hide it. I respect you enough to hide it. I'm not blatantly doing it, walking in at 11 o'clock in the morning. You're just doing whatever you do. But that song was so hell written. And I wanted people to know, man, I'm not perfect. And that's why I wanted to come out with that song first, because you'll hear the sweetheart often, but you won't really hear the hurt. Because I try my best not to dwell on those things that I can't control.
Right.
I'm telling you, I was sitting there just like, if I had my way, I would really hurt you the way you hurt me.
Come on.
Because you killed something in me. That was my retaliation mentally. So yeah, that song is very dark, but it was painfully true.
Girl, sis, you better preach. Yeah, you know what? That makes perfect sense because when you've been, I guess, like you said, lied, cheated on, when you've been betrayed, and that's what this song, the theme of the song is betrayal. It's like you, I guess you, like you said, you being the villain, but I don't think it's being the villain. Think about it is like getting payback for what somebody did to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But at the end of the day, like I get what you're saying. When you've been hurt and been, betrayed for so long, you have to be honest with yourself. Like, how do I feel? Like these emotions are coming out all the time. I do want to kill you. I do want to hurt you. I'm gonna do all these above. But what I'm learning about honest, what you're saying is it was painfully hurting, but think about it could help somebody to understand that you don't need to go through this. But at the end of the day, you have to let the anger all out. And that's why I love with therapy, because I personally go to therapy myself just to understand about why do I feel this way? Why do I react the way I react? Why am I feeling all these dark moments and not understanding why I feel the way I feel? But what I love what you're saying is too, I'm understanding this is fake. This is not real. But at the same time, is you have to let it all out and then get to a lighter space to get some honesty. So, I can tie that in together. Come on, girl, look.
I'm telling you.
But I loved it because even though, girl, you were looking gorgeous in the video, baby, but the other parts, it was like, woo, it was deep. But I don't blame you for it because you were honest with how you felt. Because I can't get mad. I mean, a lot of women, they would never say it like, I'm pissed, I'm hurt. I want to do things to you, but at the end of the day, I have to be honest with myself, not to try to have those feelings lashed out. And that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. At the end of it, like I said, I'm a widow, not a divorcee. Mentally, I psychologically did kill my ex-husband, psychologically. But you have to let it go. And like you were saying, you have to. So many people are holding so much stuff in because they're afraid of how the world will look at them and things like that. I want to be different and let you know I don't care how you look at me. But I need to let some stuff out. I am not this perfect Patty. I'm gonna tell you how I feel. You might not like it. I might like what you tell me, but that doesn't the fact that that's how you feel. So I don't know. Feelings aren't fact. Please don't misconstrue that. However, it is important for you to actually internalize it and let it out.
Come on. Princess, you gotta work time. You did that, but yeah, and it makes perfect sense on why now I get the mindset of, even though we talk about dark things, but with the dark things, we do feel that way, and nobody won't talk about it, but it's the truth.
Yeah. Like, I want to kill, baby. You can't kill him. You can't.
Oh. In your mind, you want to.
Exactly,
but the actions you can't.
Exactly. How would you if you were to? Can you write a story about it? How can you make a profit off of your pain?
Come on. Look, true. But not even that. With the pain, it comes with healing. And that's why I love about people that can write, because even though I might take it this way, and then chastity, it is not real. It's not real in my retrospect of what you want to do, but you have to be honest within yourself to let the truth all out. And I respect that so much. Thank you. Okay, so now you've done some other things. You did Week 10. Shout out to that song, Week 10. That was a very interesting song too. Like, I wanted to ask you, like now you currently did your EP, Stages of Grief 2020. That makes sense on why this is the way it is. I want you to talk about that. Like, how do you feel about that? And congratulations also too on the soundtrack that you're on, Soul Assassin starring Bruce Willis. Like, how did you get a part of that? But not even that, like, I want you to talk about Stages of Grief. Like, why did you come out with this EP this year? But not even that, like, what inspired you to do that EP?
So that was last year. So that was that was my truth of the divorce and what it took. So of course you have your anger, all of that fun stuff. I had to let it out.
Right.
I had to let out what, and my ex-husband was my best friend. We'd known each other when we were kids.
Oh man.
Together for 7 to 8 years. So we grew to know almost everything about each other.
Right.
So I literally had to grieve that marriage to go through to get to where I am, really.
Right.
So Stages of Grief was a very impactful release for me, because it was a release for me.
Right.
What it meant to me, what I thought it would be, my expectations. I had to release all of that great stuff because it was no longer. So yeah, and I released it on my birthday, and crazy enough, I had a breakthrough from that album, from that EP. So I was Yeah, it was literally my release.
And do you feel, I have a question, do you feel better that you have let it go and let the world understand how you felt and make it and connect other people?
Yes, I really did. I thought I wouldn't. To know, like you said, I'm an introvert. As a study show, like I really didn't like people in my business. I was like, oh, this private person. Oh, my marriage is like so many people thought my marriage was just this great thing. They were like, oh, y'all goals and this. I'm like, y'all really don't know what's going on. But man, oh my goodness, when I tell you, I'm glad I let it out because it literally, no one controls my narrative.
Come on, sis, that part.
And I think that was the best part about it all. Like, no, you can't tell me what I went through because I told the world. You can't shame me with what I've been through because I said it.
Come on, exactly.
There's no power in you repeating what I've already said.
Nothing. When you've already said it, nothing that is, you're letting it out to help heal somebody else. Child, please. That's why I said, man can't tell me what to do about my life. I said, hold on, whatever we not gonna do. You know what I'm saying? No. Because I feel like as women, we control what we love and what we care about, but not even that we control what we want to say. But not even that. In order to be honest, and I keep bringing on your song honest, that's why it's tied into this whole interview. Like, you are really being honest within yourself and have the truth come to the light. And that's why I recently did an episode with my friend JR. We talked about the 𝐷𝐢𝐿𝐲𝑚. Janet was going through those things. You know what I'm saying? I get it when you were going through those things about same agreement. It's not nothing that you trying to say, oh, you need to hear my cry or whatever like that. No, you're letting it go to be free. And that makes so much sense. So I respect you so much for that, sis. I mean, you have albums like this, monumental albums, and, you know, EPs definitely with yourself to really help us go through the darkest times in our lives. But now they help a lot, and not even just women, but men as well, because men go through this stuff too. Yes. It's just the thing about it is, I think the level of truthness and not even the level of being who you are will make the whole difference in the world. And I'm happy you did that for yourself, because at the end of the day, we need you, sis. We need you to always be here. You get what I'm saying? So much respect for you for that. So I want to ask you a question, sis, about this R&B conversation that people have been having. So, you know, Mr. Puffy has made some like controversy about R&B. So he had the narrative saying about R&B is dead. I wanted to ask you, do you feel that R&B is dead? And then with that, what are some people that you want to collaborate with? But I want to ask you first, do you feel that R&B is dead?
Expectation. Okay, so honestly,
wait a minute, wait, hold on, sis. You said wait a minute, you feel R&B is dead?
I cannot listen to half of these artists now. I love that they're expressing themselves great, but I cannot listen to the same song with different words. It's only so much I can tolerate. Like, I literally still listen to 90s and all of that early 2000s because I'm tired of hearing, you know, I know what I have. I don't need it to play on the radio. On the bedroom. I don't need that to be every single song. Tell me how you feel. You know, we don't even talk about feelings anymore. Right. Even R&B songs. It used to be about, you know, desperation. It used to be about, oh, I need you. I love you. I desire you. I care about you. Nowadays, it's just like, I just want to get you in the bedroom, and that's R&B. And it's like, who told you that? So when he said it, I was like, you got a point. You know, don't get me wrong. There are some artists who do sing about love, 𝐷𝐤𝐿, artists like that, but it's hanging on by a thread.
Right. Okay. So I have a question. Do you feel that the current stage of R&B is dead? Is that what you're going towards versus you talking about the past? Like, what do you think the difference between the two is? Like you said, it's a big gap from what you feel. So do you feel that the current is dead?
Yes. It's hanging on by a thread. I'm going to say that. It's hanging on by a thread. You have a couple of artists who are literally carrying it on their backs because they're actually telling their actual feelings and not a physical feeling, because everybody's talking about the same sex. Everybody's talking about I can take your man, even in the R&B. I don't know how that leaked over into R&B. I don't know how. I was like, I always thought that was like hip hop. You know, it was a separation. It was the identifier. But now it kind of maneuvered into R&B, and yeah. No one's really singing about emotion. We have Tank still doing it. We have like I said, _Giveon doing it. You have _Devion doing it. You have some artists who are still doing it, but I would like to see more people. Like we have Rod Wave, great artist, phenomenal artist. But what happened to singing about actual pain? Like I can't relate to stuff. So
I understand. Like I said, for me, I say no, but I do understand from where you're coming from, because the perspective of the way you felt with R&B when you were growing up is different from somebody else, the way they felt for R&B, growing up now. And I want to make a conversation on my Who's Next artist, because I want you to really, really dig deep within yourself of what you feel R&B is. What is the root of it? What is the understanding of it? And like I said, for you, I respect that, because at the end of the day, when we come down, people have their own perspective of what R&B is. But like you said, the whole different multifacets of how the way we can kind of touch the soul makes perfect sense. So that's why I respect the fact for you saying that, because a lot of people want to say that, like, because a lot of people say no. Some people, say maybe, depends. But I respect you enough for saying that you feel it's if it's no, it's no. But like I said, I want you to be the ones to make it come back the way you feel the way it should come back. And I respect this, sis. So thank you so much. So now we're talking about your current Hub Live entertainment label. Yes, independent.
Yes.
I want to ask you, like, how was it being a part of it? And I love your label, because I love, I read about it a little bit about Hub Life. They're part of like entertainment and therapeutic. Why did you choose that label and not even that? And also, we talk about R&B there. Do you feel that labels like yours need to make certain type of labels now? Or do you think that with what you're doing now, being independent, is the right choice that you made for doing what you do now?
I really admire that Hub Life ENT, because again, like you've said, it is a therapeutic experience. Certain things that they won't tolerate per contract. You have to go through therapy, to be an artist on the label. So you have to actually have some sense of awareness of who you are and where you're going. You have to get all of that. So as far as other labels, I'm not diminishing. I'm not saying that they're horrible. They're this, that. I couldn't care less what they do with their artists, but is having a sense of awareness will bring out a different part of another artist. You'll have longevity, you'll have the revenue that comes with it, and you won't have someone who's burning out. You won't have someone who's on drugs who needs to go to rehab. You won't have who's in the street shooting everybody. You'll have a different person from where you started as to where you're going. And I think that's the whole point. If you are literally catering to music, because we are what we eat, and it goes for music as well. So it's important for an artist, whether you're a producer, whatever you are, to actually have some sense of awareness.
Right.
Because that's where you can actually make a disconnect or a connection with your artistry, whatever your artistry is.
I agree 100%. Sis, you dropping so many gems today. Baby, you are preaching on this Sunday morning. Like, look, my friend said I love that so needed in this industry. Yeah, because I feel like you know what's crazy? Like, I look now with the industry, they should have, from what we know now, it should have been a balance to having therapy and being a part. Because, like you said, when whatever you get that viral moment or that hit, it changes your life forever. Yeah. And people are going to always see you for that one moment, unless be a chameleon and do other things. And people don't understand. I think the level of fame is a lot, and not even just that, they don't understand how to handle it or control it. And then get to somebody that quote unquote wants to give you a dream or something like that. You don't even understand how to even get to that level, because then you don't know if they're honest with you. You don't know if they're for your best interest, stuff like that. And I'm happy that Hub Life Entertainment is doing that, because we need labels like a Hub Life Entertainment around the world, to be honest. Let's be real. But it's not even just that. The thing about it is they care about you as a person and your mental health. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part I respect. That's why when I read about it, I was like, Hub Life is about what? They about their therapy. I'm like, this is amazing, because we need labels like that. Labels are so worried about numbers and all that stuff like that. But why don't we have people that's not understanding the level of fame they're getting, but not even that, how to expect it, but not even just that, taking their career and know how to control it,
Exactly.
It doesn't make no sense. Look, my friend, he's saying that's why media training is needed. I agree. Media, especially this,
needed. But though, like you said, when you have those viral moments, there is a sense of dopamine and serotonin that goes off in these people's brains, and they don't know how to manage that. So if you don't have a psychologist who's actually watching you, monitoring you, that can critical to who you are, and then you're going to do anything that you can to get that drug back to where it was again, and you're going to be chasing it high forever. It's just like crack. It's just like whatever these addictive drugs are nowadays. It's just like that. So yeah, when you actually care about the person, the money's going to come. It's everything that you want is going to come. You just be patient with the person that you're working with.
Girl. Woo, girl, we need Hub Like Entertainment art everywhere, period. You need to let Hub Like know they need to be a national thing, because this is amazing. Like, I don't know if they're the first label to do this, probably so. But for me, this is amazing that we have a label that's really, you know, being an advocate for this, because we need, like, just seeing what I see now, especially in all genres, I see it's a lot of stuff that people don't understand how to handle fame. But it's amazing that you have a label that is really helping you and is for your best interest. And I truly respect that. Yes, sis. Thank you. So I want to ask you too about Soulless Actions. Like, how did it feel being a part of this soundtrack? And how did it feel like being started with a major like movie? How did you feel when you got that call? Like, what happened with all that?
Honestly, I was like, really, you know, I'm one of those delayed reaction people. Don't look like, unless it's an actual medical emergency, don't look for a reaction out of me, because I'm really like, they told me, oh, you're gonna be in Soulless Actions, and I was like, oh, that's great. What is that? You know, and now they changed the name to Like Lovers. But when they told me initially, I was like, oh, that's great. And they were like, you're gonna be in a movie, you know, this is the movie with Bruce Willis. And I was like, wow. And then I called my mom, and my mom was like, oh my God. And I was like, okay, I feel like I'm underreacting right now. Like, what's wrong with me? So as time, when I got the contract, now I think that's when it really was like,
yeah, okay, look.
Oh, like,
that's when you know it's real, okay?
Exactly. Like I said, I am delayed. I'm telling you, if it ain't right in my mind, it's just like, did it really? Like, so when we got the contract, I was like, I know you lying. I'm gonna be in the movie. This is gonna be my first, you know, I was like psyched. So I was telling everybody, I posted on social media, and I was like, oh my God, this is my first movie. Like, it was exciting. Once I signed the contract, but like I said, when I got the call, I was like, okay. You know, but I'm a little, I can admit I'm a little slow sometimes, and that was one of my slow moments. So
but I think it's amazing too, because now explaining about your story, about how you say you were in the movies and stuff like that. It's the connection of how you get this. Like, God does everything for a reason. I've always said that, and I think that it's amazing for you to even just get that. Like, that is something under your belt with your legacy. Yes. Legacy for your song that I do like too. I feel for you that is just amazing for a girl star, where your career is going to be and what you want to do, and that's super amazing. I'm super proud of you that you got that, because Bruce Willis is a legend, like an icon. Yeah. My uncle loved his movies, child. You could not get that man to see exactly. Look, our own relatives love Bruce Willis, so I think for you to get that, being independent, that's amazing. That's why I tell people all the time, you don't have to get a label to get in the soundtrack. You have you have the control to do what you want to do.
But my label was they did bring up that opportunity. I can't hold you.
Let me say this, major label. Major label. There you go. I'm at the major level. Independent, but you're independent. So either way it goes, you got that. You got the control. But I do respect that. Like, they do that for you. Thank you.
Yes.
That is amazing. So yes. But okay. So now we are almost done with our questions. But I wanted to ask you another question. What is your favorite song that you wrote? Ooh. And if so, if you had to collaborate with anybody, what song would you collaborate? Well, not what song. What person did you want to collaborate? Any genre, anywhere.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna answer who would I collaborate with? Definitely 𝐷&𝐁.
Oh, I see you talk. Okay, wow.
Not only is it his voice, I see he's the writer of some of his songs. Same thing with Adele. Yeah. Their voices are powerful. So if I could sing with anyone, that would be phenomenal for me. My favorite, oh God, y'all didn't even hear it. It's Love Story, but okay, so I'm gonna say my favorite song that's released, because that's not fair. I can't.
I was like, girl, well, we wait for Love Story. We wait for that shit.
Exactly. So my favorite song that I released is Love Songs.
I remember how on your SoundCloud. Yep.
Yes. It's about one of my classmates my high school sweetheart was murdered.
Sorry about that.
And but that song really gave me, that was my starting song.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah, that's actually my favorite song. It really hurt, but it really helped.
And I can't even tell from the beat. That's why I'm like, see, lyrics, look, y'all be manipulating folks with the lyrics. But no, not in a bad way, but it's amazing because, like I said, I would have never known. And that's really dope because you know, how you take your personal pain and, you know, bring it to songwriting, because that is just so talented. But now you kind of, I want to tell you too, your voice reminds me definitely in that pop R&B realm. But not even that, I can see you and 𝐷&𝐁 singing a song because y'all got that vibe. The song, the voices, y'all can blend and do a song together. It makes perfect sense because you kind of remind me too a little bit of Tracy Chapman a little bit. I love her. She's super dope. She had this big song back in the day called "Give Me One Good Reason." She's a black artist, but she didn't really do like R&B. She was kind of like a mixture of like the blues, soul, folklore type. Oh yeah, girl, she is like amazing singer songwriter. And you kind of give me that vibe with her where you can go in other lanes with your voice because your voice is universal. I can hear it. Like you don't belong. I'm not saying in R&B, but you can do other things with your voice. Yeah. And I can tell. That's why I said when you want to 𝐷&𝐁, when you said 𝐷&𝐁, I said, yeah, I could see that. The voices, y'all blend very well. You have that smoky, husky, low register. Probably can hear high notes, but not even just that. You can mix it with 𝐷&𝐁. I said, yeah, I can see that.
And you know what's funny that you say that? The first couple of songs that I came out are R&B, but I did not. You can ask my media team. I did not want to be identified as an R&B singer.
You don't. Your voice don't need to me. Your voice can go in other genres. I can tell.
My songs that are coming out are ballads. Exactly. So they're gonna be I wanted to do pop, but my media team was like, no, you have a lot of, you know, and I respect them for it because it's brought so many great opportunities. But that was one of the things that I struggled with when they told me. They were like, no, you know, you need to do R&B, and I was like, okay, we're gonna do R&B. I want to, but we're gonna do it.
I can see you doing an R&B. If you do, I can see you mixing with other genres, and that's why I say it's not bad, because at the end of the day, it's what like I said, pop is popular music. It ain't just what people think. But I feel that what you can do with your voice, you can make it tie into it. Like I always said, music touches the soul. So if you can touch the soul with people with that, it will make perfect sense on why you want to hit other genres. But like I said, you have that smoky, husky voice. So I can see it going in R&B, but I can see it going in pop. So that's a lot of people. You pick 𝐷&𝐁 Adele. I said I can see her voice going in the lane. So it's nothing against that, honey. If you want to do it, like I said, look what Beyonce doing, child. She's going in every lane as possible. So
I love that though. I love that.
Yeah, so I think it's just truly amazing. Yes, but I do want to ask you another question. So currently, right now, I know you're doing more projects and everything like that. I wanted to ask you, like, what kind of projects you got coming up, and also do you have any advice that you want to give to anybody that wants to make it in the music industry?
So we do have Penelope's Therapy. That's going to be the album that comes out.
Yay!
So undecided on the name for the longest. And you'll probably hear it in a couple of my other interviews. But Penelope Therapy, that's where you'll probably hear Love Story. Which is one of my greater songs. Don't get me wrong, Love Song is great, but Love Story is actually about falling in love. Surrendering to love, because we don't fall. So that's coming up. Of course, we have the Bruce Willis film Die Like Lovers. We have more interviews on the books. I always struggle with that one because I never know what's next aside from the big events. But the album and the movie, those are our next big projects.
That's so dope. That is so dope. Penelope, I'm proud of you, love. And like I said, I forgot, did you say any advice for the industry? Any advice you want to give somebody?
Ooh. Any advice? Go to therapy. Even, because it's gonna identify your intention, why you're doing what you're doing, and if your intention, you're always gonna get what you intend to get. don't start it without having the right motive and being intentional.
Yeah.
Therapy, be it with your mom, be it with your best friend, identify your intent to do music, to do beats, whatever it is, because you're going to get everything you intended. So if you're in it for money. If you're fame, you're going to get fame. If you actually help, you're going to help. And it's not come all at once. It's just consistency, being consistent with yourself. And I think that's another thing that therapy will help with as well. So tell someone anything, identify your intention in therapy.
Come on, sis. Yes. I you know what? Looking now, especially since now we're in 2022, since the 2020 decades has happened, I truly now understand what it means to be in an honest place, to get, therapy, but not even that, have your mental health. It's nothing to embrace being in with your mental health. You know what I'm saying? Especially now, since we have, been troubling times and we lost people in this decade more than ever now. It goes to show you like who you are, but not even that, find who you are and love who you are.
Yes.
And nothing wrong with that. And I'm truly proud of you, love. I want to ask you one more thing. I don't know if you're going to do this. I don't know. I'm going to try. You think you can sing one song for me? I want you to sing Honest, but then, you can sing anything you want, but whatever you want, I want you to like drop a little nugget about your voice. Let people hear you sing.
Okay. You said Honest, because every time.
It can be anything. I just say Honest, but it can be anything.
Every time someone asks me that, my brain goes like, okay, we don't know any songs right now. So let me see. What is this? I can do a part of the love story, because like I said,
yeah, do that.
What?
It's exclusive right here.
Yes. So I can do the chorus for that. What is it? Oh goodness. Well, no, I'll start from the beginning. Drinking couldn't fix it anymore. Clinging to the thought that love's a metaphor. What is this? This feeling is different. Could this be what I was missing? Like the rain, I'll always fall for you. Who would have thought that I would be consumed? Best part of my day is waking up with you. I'm always in the mood for you.
Baby, I'm done with you. Baby, you good in my book. Baby, look, congratulations on your success, love.
Thank you.
I'm super proud of you. I hope you have a safe and beautiful delivery, because I know you're a child. So congratulations on that. And now you're going to be a mother too. So congratulations on everything. I know you are going to have a beautiful end of 2022. I would love for you to come back on my show next year or anytime before the year is out. It's up to you. Whenever you want to come back, I am ready for you. But I am so proud of you. God bless you, love. Wish nothing but beautiful endeavors for you, and I'm so proud of everything you're doing, guys.
Thank you so much for having me, Chastity.
Baby, you come back anytime, okay? Look. But y'all, we are done with my beautiful interview with the R&B singer, the up-and-coming legend R&B singer and songwriter, the one, the only, Miss Penelope. Thank you so much, love.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.